I'm joined here today with some young adults who wanted to talk a little bit about friendship. And so, guys, today I think the good way to start would be maybe think about someone who has been a good, godly friend in your life.
So when I think of godly people that I have in my life, I mean, a lot of it is my life group, but the characteristics, I mean, they're humble, they have servant's heart. They just support me, they challenge me to achieve the goals and the dreams that I have and the things that I set out to do to become closer to God. They'll ask me each week, they pray for me, people that just genuinely want me to be close to God.
I think you brought up a great point, Gretchen. It's the people that challenge us, that push us farther in our walk with God as well as our personal lives. Being able to come here and to be a part of a life group here at the church, as I've been able to connect with other people that I would have never met otherwise, and it's been an incredible blessing for me in my personal life.
Another question, another topic that I think is interesting is, we just came out of a pandemic to the point where I hate talking about it. I hate using that word. But at the same time, friendship is a theme in that. How did you deal with that? What things do you think were missing? And then what are some things that you think you might have learned about friendship throughout that process?
Yeah, so when I was in college, the pandemic hit. So I remember going home and it was like basically no connection with anybody. And whenever stuff started to go back, I actually transferred to a different college. And making friends at that point was near impossible because nobody was meeting or doing anything. So it was very difficult.
When the pandemic hit, I was in a really transitional period of my life. I felt really alone, and I'm such an extrovert that it was really hard for me to then just be in my house with my mom, and my brother moved back, and it was great. We had lots of family time, so many game nights, but I really missed the fellowship of friends and being in person. Online church was starting to drive me crazy just because I needed to see people who were not my family. And I really just saw the importance of in-person connections and the Christian friends and staying connected.
I mean, I totally agree with that, Grace. Just the fellowship, being in person. Thank God that we're back, because I don't know how much more I could take with just my husband at home, and we didn't have a dog at that point. So just the community that we feel. I mean, I forgot I hate bowling. I miss bowling. Anything with any people. Even just celebrating birthdays. My birthday was this past weekend, and just being able to go out and do things with people, and just that silliness. I think that at least that I missed. So I'm just thankful that we're back and get to see everybody again.
Thinking about the things that the Lord has given us, I want you guys to think about maybe something God has taught you recently about friendship, whether it be in your small groups or maybe just someone that you know and you think that, wow, that's a great lesson that I've learned.
God's really been teaching me a lot in the last 2 years, specifically being in our life group here and just being with other couples around our age and even a few years older. I know I've really looked to Gretchen for a lot of direction in just the engagement period and beginning of marriage. She's really been a solid person for me to go to, and all the girls in our life group and just the couples in our life group have really been a firm foundation of people that we know are praying for us.
So I totally agree. Just how much of a blessing it is to be in community, how much fun it is. How God orchestrates putting certain people in your life at specific times. If I hadn't seen someone that I kind of knew from college at the chapel service, I wouldn't have gotten plugged into a life group so quickly. And so just how God put that one person in there and gave me that little confidence to say hi again has completely changed how I've been living my life for God the past couple of years.
Unfortunately, that is all the time we have, guys. I cannot thank you enough for coming and talking about such an important topic. I know that I've been refreshed and encouraged to remind myself about how God doesn't want us to be alone. There's so many wonderful opportunities to get involved, not only in a church setting, but every single day as we interact with people.